was waiting on my ex-husband to be a bad person. I was truly waiting on him to do something so fucked up to me, so bad that it would justify me ending the marriage. What up, guys? So, this is me, and I'm just getting into this whole TikTok thing, social media thing, sharing my life a little bit because I know that my journey, my transparency, my authenticity is going to help somebody in a situation that I've overcome. I also said I was going to come out with a book on how to leave a good man. You know, a lot of people that's never been in my situation won't be able to relate. And it's okay because this message ain't for you. But again, I was waiting on my husband to be a bad person. I stayed with the same person for 21 years, created a family. I was in the relationship 21 years, married 17. And I was married to a good man. I was married to a good. I was waiting on my ex-husband to be a bad person.
Wow, wow, wow. So, you guys, what's going on, y'all? Nick here, coming to you with another video. So, as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, this is called Women Leave Good Men for a Reason that don't even make sense. And as you can see here, this woman literally was just stating that she was waiting for her husband to F up. You know, it's so sad. And please stay tuned, y'all, because we're going to have, a lot uncover in this video, but it's just so crazy because you'll see that there's just a ton of women that they know they're with a good guy, they know it doesn't make sense to leave this dude, but something in them, whether it be boredom, whether they just want things to be, they just love the toxicity, something about the relationship is not doing it for them, and they're gonna either go nuclear or they're gonna self-sabotage the relationship. Before we go any further, y'all, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below. But let's just get right to it, y'all. Check this out.
The guilt and shame from wanting to leave a man that is good but not the one, it can be debilitating. I know because I left a 12-year relationship with a good but not the one for me man. But here's the thing, staying with them is worse for them. They deserve to be with someone who wants to be there, who loves them, who sees a future with them, who sees a life with them. If you are staying with them out of pity, out of guilt, out of feeling bad because you're not brave enough to make that decision, that's not fair to them. Let them go and give them the opportunity to go find someone that is for them, that is their person, that is sure about them. And in that, you're also going to give yourself the opportunity to find the same. So if you're feeling these feelings of guilt and shame, flip the script like that, because it's actually worse to stay with them when you don't actually want to be there. The guilt and shame from wanting to leave a man that is good but not the one, it can be debilitating. I know because I left a 12.
A lot of the times, men think that they fucked up a relationship just because the female left him. But what she's not going to tell him, especially as of right now, is she left because it was just how she was feeling in the moment. Me personally, I'm fortunate.
How many women y'all know like that, y'all? Women who just, spaz out because they constantly, listening to their feelings and emotions. Nothing that they're saying or doing is rooted in any type of logic or any type of sensibility. It's just, I feel this way. I feel like.
Enough to be smart enough to not leave based on feelings, right? Because I'm a committed person. But a lot of these females, they're a little immature, and it's just like in the moment. It's an in the moment thing. And then they're all like, shit, I left, but how can I even come back from that? Like, it's kind of embarrassing for her because it's all like, I left for no reason, and if I come back, then I'm gonna look stupid, right? Like, I'm telling you, a lot of women have egos, so it might take them a long time to come back. With me personally, I'm humble. I'm very humble. So if I leave a man because I was being a little stupid and impulsive, I'm gonna come back and admit it, right? I mean, it's not gonna take me 1 hour to realize that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, maybe you didn't fuck up. Maybe she was just trying to protect herself and
She said that if she messed up, she would be humble. Do y'all, are by and large, are y'all acquainted with women like that? Because again, I don't know this woman. Her name is Jenna Lavena. I don't know her, so maybe she's telling the truth. But majority of women, I don't think will ever take accountability and admit that they actually fucked up. A lot of women, and for the people listening to this, they might be like, oh, you just bashing women. No, I'm married to a woman. I do not think all women are the same, so you could just pipe that shit down, right? I'm just talking about like a lot of these modern women. A lot of them will not actually admit that they the ones that actually fucked up the relationship.
And she was being a little sabotagic. So at the end of the day, like, I'm not telling you that you are perfect. We both know that you weren't. But what I'm saying is, like, you guys need to understand. Women don't be all like, oh, I'm just going to leave this guy because he disrespected me. No, it's, I'm going to leave this guy because I feel upset that he's not doing this for me. And I'm like, sure, I guess women mentally check out before they leave. But a lot of the times that's not the case. Like, a female can be so emotional that she just leaves you, right? Because she has these standards in her head and then you're not doing it. And it's like, I'm going to leave, right? So, take accountability for the contribution that you made to it. But I don't want you to put the full blame on yourself because, like, no. And of course, women are going to go in my comments and they're not going to admit to this, right? Why would they? Like I told y'all, because it's embarrassing. They're not humble enough to admit this. So, yeah, I'm the one that's going to fucking tell y'all the fucking truth. But these women are all like, not me though. They're not self-aware enough to realize that they're a problem in some sort of capacity. Sure, it may be true that some women ain't like that, but you get to decipher this, not a random chick in my comments trying to disagree with the shit that I say. I don't believe them unless I believe them. Okay? Because what they're not doing is, yeah, they're saying, I'm not like that, but they're not giving context like, oh, your ex like slapped you into tomorrow and you didn't come back to him. Oh yeah, well, right. 101 coaching in bio.
A couple days ago, I posted a video about how I divorced the good guy after being married for 8 years, but we were together for 21 years.
Yeah, I hear that. Divorced the guy after being married for 8 years and knowing the guy for 21 years. Like, at this point, what are we putting all this time into? Like, why invest all this time? And time is the one commodity that, as a man and woman, right, you can't get it back. Why in the world are we wasting so much damn time in these relationships just for y'all to end up in a divorce? Let's hear this reason.
And that's gotten quite the attention, 2 million views at this point. I have made some follow-up videos saying that I would eventually tell my story the way I want to tell it on my own terms, because that's what I came here for. I've been very apprehensive because the comment section is gnarly. And I know that the reason why I left is not the same story as a lot of people, and it is very selfish. The reason why I left was very selfish. And I'm ready.
Oh boy.
For all the hate that's going to come, because I know from that comment section and from my inbox that there are so many women who are afraid to say the same thing. Let's start here. People fail to realize a man can be a good guy, a great father, but a horrible husband. The reason why I decided to pick this comment is because it's the #1 liked comment. That means a lot of people resonate with that. A lot of you are married.
How does that even make sense? People fail to realize a man can be a good guy, great father, but a horrible... Okay, let me hear this.
To a good guy on the outside, but not a good guy on the inside. That was not the case. Nobody will be able to convince me on any video and any comment that my ex-husband is a bad guy. I share one tidbit of information that I considered emotional neglect and that I was settling, but I accepted about him, was that he couldn't tell me that he loved me. And that was not an exaggeration. A question that I get a lot is, did you tell him you loved him? I did, but I stopped doing that after a while. My ex-husband and I met when I was 16. We had our first child when I was 19. A lot transpired over that time. In the beginning, yes, he could tell me that he loved me. So much to unpack there, and I will go more into, what happened over the years, if that will help someone. But people are wondering, why did I leave? Why did I leave? I left because I wanted to. I left because I didn't want to be married anymore. I left because I didn't enjoy marriage.
Wow. I mean, I commend her honesty, but you see, this is the kind of thing that a lot of times women will come up here and they will constantly say, I want to be married, I want to be married. But it's like when they get married, it's not that the guy's bad. She's admitting that she just didn't want to be married no more. I'm assuming it's something along the lines of the responsibility. I didn't finish watching this video, but maybe the responsibility of actually being married, actually being a helpmeet to this man, something just, it wasn't clicking for her.
There were a lot of things wrong in that relationship, and I think that we had grown apart. I never felt like I could be myself. I never felt like I could be myself. If you go through my videos, you will see a transformation happen. And that transformation did not happen until I divorced my husband. I've never felt more like myself than I have in my entire life. I now know what love feels like. All the things that my husband did to show me that he loved me, I can do for myself. And that might be selfish. And I knew I was going to break my children's heart. And we have a lot to unpack here. But I left because I wanted to. Because essentially I was in a relationship with somebody that I really didn't even like. And I felt like he didn't like me. He was attached. 21 years is a long time. We had a lot of appearances to upkeep.
You know what's so crazy too, hearing this, yeah? It's because, like, you hear the term again. They throw that term like. And truth be told, like, marriage has nothing to do with like. I find it amazing, like, you have, like, some of these cultures in the East where arranged marriages are still a thing. And it's always surprising to me and impressive how successful they are. Like, essentially, these people knew nothing about each other. They didn't have no time to actually formulate a relationship, to actually cultivate a relationship, and yet they find a way to make it work. And then you wait 21 years to realize that you don't like this individual. What does like have to do with responsibility? Like, many people don't like their job, but they still got to do it, right? And then when you decide to lay up and, lay up with this dude and have children, you knew that it would hurt the children, but at this point in time, you're going to prioritize your own, I guess, happiness. And what's going on, Little Lake Lodge? Bless you, bro. But these are the things that I just don't understand in my mind personally. Like, you literally brought these children in the mix and then because I just want to prioritize my own, I can't even explain it. It is selfish. And she's saying that I realized that all these things that this guy could do for me, I could do for myself. Oh boy.
There was no abuse happening. There was years and years of emotional neglect on his part and mine. We resented each other. I did him a favor. Let's start here.
Wow. Woo. Let's go, y'all.
So I'm watching this video of this woman who's talking about the fact that she wants to leave her husband. Not because he's a bad guy. He does not hit her. He's not mean to her. He's not cruel. As far as I can tell from what she has said in the video, he's a good guy. She calls him a good guy. She goes on to say that she literally spends all day, every day in bed because that is the only way she can stop herself from picking her husband apart. She is so certain that she wants out of this marriage with this good man that she tells him she wants a divorce. And what does this man say? This man who she has been pretty vile towards, this man who she lays in bed to avoid. He says he wants to work it out. He doesn't want her to go. She says the only thing he does wrong is that he's lazy and he doesn't put in effort, which is incredible to me because at the same token, she herself says she just lays in bed all day.
Right, right.
And when she's out of the bed, she is nasty to him. This is the world that we're living in now. So, women come on here and they say things to me that honestly don't bother me. It's more of a reflection of yourself, in my opinion. But I think the root of this is that women are living in this narrative, if you will, that whatever you feel is your truth. If you feel like you're upset, don't put in work. You shouldn't have to do that. You should have a perfect life where nothing is wrong. Your husband should be perfect. Your husband should go above and beyond constantly, even when you put in zero effort. Your husband should compensate. He should provide. He should protect. He should compensate for your shortcomings. He should be the one who wants to work it out and picks you up when you're down. He should literally be the end-all be-all, and he should require nothing from you. That's not marriage. That's not marriage. So if that's the world that you want to live in, then do that. And do that with whomever is accepting of that narrative.
And you know what's crazy, y'all? I should have probably said this before, but think about it carefully. That this woman actually had told this man, right, that I want a divorce. Would some of y'all stay in a relationship like that? If the woman that you're with is literally telling you to your face that she wants a divorce, would you stay in a relationship like that? You see, because sometimes I really do question these men because it's just like, I think what it is, it's a scarcity mindset. I think a lot of times these guys probably think to themselves like, yo, can I even find someone better? So they settle down with these women or they try to make it work out. But sometimes you gotta learn to just like let it go. Like sometimes you just gotta like take the L and let it go. Like this is not gonna work. Especially when the person's admitting to you. You see, that's simp behavior. And a lot of guys, until they have an abundance mindset, until they develop an abundance mindset, they're gonna keep thinking that this thing right here, right, this woman, is a scarcity, and it's not. There's an abundance of women out there. If this woman doesn't value you, go find someone else. I think what it is though, compounded with the fact that we're living in a time where, maybe a good woman is actually scarce. So now at that point in time, it's just like shit. Hey, be by yourself, man. And I'm one in this channel who I don't even like promoting that, like, be by yourself and all this stuff. I think that, I actually support marriages, right? I'm one of the few probably in this YouTube space that actually advocate for strong marriages. But it's just like, are you going to stay in a marriage because of a scarcity mindset? Please speak to me, y'all. Because once you do that, I'm going to tell you right now, the moment you actually, are willing to work things out with a woman that's telling you openly that she wants a divorce or she wants a breakup or anything of that sort, when you say you want to work things out, you already gave her the upper hand. Now she holds all the power and you're finished.
But to find these good guys, to marry these good guys, take them off the market so there's no option because these good guys don't leave their wives. They will tough it up with you, as this man said. You put yourself first. And ladies, marriage requires selflessness. If you're not ready to put someone else before you, don't get married.
3 reasons why women lose good men. I'm not talking about perfect. I'm talking about the good ones, the ones that try and the ones that show up. Number 1, we mistake consistency for boredom. We're so used to the chaos, we don't know how to receive peace. He calls every day, he checks in, he plans ahead, and then we say it's too much, when really it's healthy. Number 2, we're so busy fighting for the fantasy, we don't want the foundation. We chase chemistry, we chase butterflies, we chase aesthetics, but we forget real love is not about how it looks, it's about how you feel safe.
Yo, isn't that true? I was just talking about that, right? They chasing an emotion, right? It's all about their feelings. I like this guy. It has nothing to do with like. I want you to just think about it real quick, right? You had Isaac from the Bible, right? If you guys care about that. Isaac, he never met Rebecca. Rebecca never met Isaac. She was just told about this guy. This is Abraham's son. Would you like to go and marry this guy? And she was just like, sure. And if she didn't do that, we wouldn't even have Jacob and thus the 12 tribes. Like we wouldn't have none of this. Where was this courting prior to the marriage? Where was this, oh, we both like the same, show TV show and we love the same food and we love the same. No, there is no like involved in this. There's no feelings to stir up in this. It's just a duty. Do you want to act? And here's the thing, right? If you do get married, just like that previous girl said, do we understand that just because things are tough, are we going to be willing to stick it out? Because again, yeah, we live in an environment, an economy where unless you making six figures, it's going to be tough on anybody. And now we just willing to like cut people off all because we don't like them. What is that? Let's go back a little bit.
Real love is not about how it looks. It's about how you feel safe when you're at your worst. Number 3, we wait too long to appreciate him. We always assume they're going to be there, but even good men get tired of proving that they're good. And when we don't see the good man for what he is, trust me, somebody else will. 3 reasons why.
That's facts. That's a fact. Let's check this out, y'all.
So earlier this year, I ended a relationship and cut off an engagement from a great man. He was a good man. He loved God. He was a praying man. He loved and adored me. He was there.
She started off, he loved God. I've been in relationships where women admitted that they wanted a godly man, right? Godly man. And it's so amazing that when you therefore start being the priest of your home, like the Bible told you to be, right? And you actually pour into her, like the Bible told you to do. And now all of a sudden, they don't want that. I think it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's almost like a hive mind, right? Where all these, echo chamber where all these women are spewing out the same thing. It's all because it's like they reading it, or maybe they watching one another from these daytime talk shows like The View. They all saying the same thing, but that's not what they actually desire. They like the Ray Rays, the Pookies, they like the thug niggas, they like all this toxicity. All that godly man shit, that's not what they actually want.
There for me. He was handsome. He was well educated. He didn't have any kids. He checked all the boxes, but there was still something missing.
Of course.
And I just knew that I could not go through with this marriage. There was just something that did not connect. I felt that there should have been a connection between he and I in order for me to be his wife.
A connection. You see these terms? Almost as if like the man is supposed to be Wi-Fi and she's supposed to be like a cell phone, a connection. It's all these terms.
And so I cut off the engagement. And it was so difficult because he was a good man. It's easy when a person is not good. You can justify why you cut things off, but when a person is truly a good person, it's hard to explain. So I found myself trying to explain it to family and friends, and they were asking me a whole bunch of questions that, I could not say, exactly why, other than the fact that I just did not feel the connection. There was something that was not there that I needed to be there in order for this to be my husband. And so
this is a very minute detail, but it's actually very important. And I want to teach you why. Have you ever noticed that whenever there's a breakup, there's always family and friends that also inquire? Do you know why that is? Please put it in the chat. Because it's almost like it's something instinctive within us as man, that when you enter a relationship, it's a covenant it's supposed to be joining two families. It was never truly just the man and the woman, and it's like this solo adventure. No. The whole community was involved, and if the relationship got dissolved, the whole community would inquire, like, "Yo, what went wrong?" You see, so this further adds to the level of selfishness that takes place. Matter of fact, truth be told, though, I'm glad she did it at that point in time and didn't get married and have children with this dude. I hope she didn't. I didn't see the whole thing.
I stopped trying to explain it, and I just trusted my decision, and I went on. But then I got an epiphany, and it was just like, have you ever been shoe shopping and you saw a nice pair of shoes and it's like, ooh, I love the color. I love the style. The heel is the right size and it's a reasonable price. Like it's on sale and it's a good shoe. But then when you approach the shoe, you see that it's a size 6 and you need a size 7. Does it take away from the fact that the shoe is a good shoe? Does it take away from the fact that you're getting a great deal for the quality? Does it take away from the fact that the heel is still the right size? It doesn't matter. All of that still makes the shoe is still good. But if it's not your size, it's not the shoe for you. And so that is what I had to accept. Yes, he was a good man. But what that feeling was is that he was not a great fit for me. It didn't take away from who he was.
What is a great fit for her, y'all? Put it in the chat. What do you believe is a good fit for her? Right?
But it was just confirmation that he was not a good fit for me. And that leads me to say that some of us are trying to force relationships when we know they don't fit. It doesn't mean that the person is not good. It doesn't mean that they are not good-hearted people. It just means that they're not a good fit for you. So free them up. Don't continue to settle for things that you know is going to cause discomfort in the future.
But you see, this is the part of the story that she's not revealing, right? Because this is now the second time I'm hearing that term, free him up. But do you understand that the time has already been wasted? Like she said, they were engaged, right? Think about what she said. They were engaged. I mean, people don't just meet each other and then they get engaged. So we don't know if it was months or years that you are interacting with this person and everything is vibing. How long did it take you to realize that this guy was not a fit? You know, how long does it take? Because you see, she tried to give an example of going to a shoe store and that it's not the right size. Does it take years to find out that those shoes don't fit you? Now, speak to me here, right? Because she probably thinks she's cooking. She probably thinks she's cooking and she don't even realize how stupid she sounds. Think about it carefully. Does it take you that long to realize that I'm going to the store to try out these shoes and the shoes don't fit? I see some people saying that she needs a cat, a parrot. You get what I'm saying? How long does it take? You see, because when I meet people, you know, men or women, I don't need that long to figure out that, okay, this dude, I probably might not be able to rock with them. This girl, this is not for me. Right? It don't take that long. These people be wasting men's time, y'all. They be years in the relationship, getting engaged, telling the whole family about the dude, having cooked meals and dinners and all this stuff. Everybody in the community, their emotions are also riled up and stirred up within your arrangement. You probably sent out, you know, pamphlets, oh, come to the wedding. And now I'm going to call it off. This is, wow.
Purchasing a size 6 shoe when I wear a 7 is discomfort.
So look, this is the thing, y'all. I'm gonna make it sweet and short because everybody want to know what I feel. Look, I feel like at the end of the day, you don't have to take a person through as much stuff as she took this man through.
Facts.
What?
Facts. I won't even go on with the next.
The men that y'all claim don't exist no more, I had that type of man. I had him. And I lost him because I was stupid, foolish, young, immature, possessive, mean, with a nasty attitude, ungrateful, entitled, and ignorant. I had a good man. One who gave me roses, romantic surprises, lingerie, gift baskets. He cooked, he cleaned, he had roses and candles lined up to the floor. He was romantic. He would throw me $1,000 even when he wasn't rich just to go get my damn hair done. My toes, my nails was there. He cared about me. He played old school music and slow dance with me. He fucked me good, took care of me, took care of my kids. I had a good man. And I lost him because I First of all, was shocked that I even got somebody like that. I had never had nobody like that before. And
I mean, goddamn, dude giving you $1,000? Okay.
I went into overdrive just doing stupid shit to try to control him and put my claws into him. And it was unnecessary because I had somebody who loved me for real and did not cheat. Loyal. Oh, loyal. If you got some man like that, please do the work. Be appreciative and be grateful. Don't be entitled. Do kind and nice things for him. Don't just be a taker. Give back. Respect him. Oh, respect him. Because that man, baby, he gone. He with a new woman. And she looked happy as hell. She looked happy as I did when I was with him. I'm happy for her. You live, you learn. But I'm here to tell you, you guys always say, oh, there's no good men that don't exist. They exist, but they are rare. And if they came into your life, take this message as go.
They're rare. I see someone in the chat, in the comment section saying it's not that they are rare. Good men get called tricks, simps, food guy, Uber guy, or a lame. That's the truth. A lot of these guys exist. They just get bypassed. Women try to manipulate them, right? They found to be too easy. There's not enough toxicity. They're boring.
Get some therapy. Go get some help. Go heal. Go work on yourself. And pour back into that man, because a good man will wake up one day. Good men are not blinded to the fact that they are a wonderful person to be with. They just love your ass. And when they love you, they stay and they stay and they stay and they stay because they hoping you will get it together one day. They're not staying with you because they don't know that they're a good man and they may not be able to get anything else. Oh, baby, he know. He counting down on your clock. He counting down on your clock. So work on yourself. Don't lose no good man, because I'm going to tell you, they are rare. And since I've been out here in these streets, it ain't nothing for me in these streets.
Ain't nothing for her in these streets. This is so crazy, y'all. This is so crazy, y'all. She's right, though.
Healthy relationships be boring as sometimes. Like when you really start to find your, like I'm saying this as fresh in the 30s. I got a new appreciation for boring, my right. I got a whole new appreciation for not just being able to sit the down with me and mine and not have nothing, ain't on fire, don't nobody need me to leave the house, I'm good. So while you young, yeah, it seemed like you want exciting every day, but I'm a caution you, because thing too, like the caution, when you always looking for excitement from your relationship, you gonna start expecting the person across from you to perform for your entertainment, you feel me? And that's not nobody's job, bruh.
Yes, it is. The tap dance.
You know, this is so true. These women, what it is that they want an entertainer. Go to the comedy club for that. Go to the circus for that. Go to the movies for that. Don't expect your man to entertain you. Oh boy.
Like if y'all want to add new layers to y'all relationship because the old shit ain't working, you need to figure out ways to become a new person. You know what I'm saying? Do some new shit in your own life so your partner got some new shit to learn, and let them do some new shit in their own life so you got some shit to learn. But actual excitement, bro, that ain't their job to provide that for you.
Listen, I don't think I can be partaking in casual sexual relationships anymore. And it's not because I'm catching feelings, but guys, the shit is getting boring, right? There ain't no storyline. There's no build-up. It's just you get a text on a random Thursday. You think to yourself, well, I'm just sitting in this bed alone.
Did you hear what she said? There ain't no storyline. You see, this is what I'm saying. It's not exciting enough. And anybody that knows about any good book, you know that every book, they gotta have some level of drama in it. That's how books work. There's gotta be drama. And it's gotta, before there's the happy ending, they gotta go through some crazy shit. That's how books become bestsellers. And unless a woman is finding that, just like that guy said, look, he appreciates boring relationships. A woman like this, nah, it's just too boring. There is no storyline. So on to the next.
I might as well go. But when you get there, you realise the only thing you and this man have in common is that you're both free on a Thursday night. Bruv, sometimes I'm lying there thinking, I wonder what I should cook for dinner tomorrow. I don't give a toss. Meanwhile, man's whispering all kind of stupidness in my ear, trying to do King Kong in the bedroom, thinking I'm having the time of my life. You want to go round two? I bet you don't want to leave. I'm thinking, brother, when did you say the Uber was coming again? I could have been in bed watching Sex and the City. Like, there just seems to be a lack of connection. Even if it's casual, I need a build-up, man. I need a back and forth. I need a bit of, what is it, tug of war. I need something.
Yeah, you see, you need something. And then, so now, I don't advocate for this, y'all. But now, when you wonder why women stay in abusive relationships, this is why. When we're looking at a woman, have you ever seen those scenes where a man is just beating his woman, and then you have this one dude that tries to break it up and save the woman, and the woman is getting on the guy that's saving her? Don't touch him. This is why. Because they want the tug and pull. They want that war. They want that drama, that storyline. A connection for them is drama. You could blame soap operas for that, y'all. They blame soap operas and social media. This is so sad. Yo, Stockholm Syndrome is a real thing, y'all.
Something to put in my memoirs. It can't just be, man called me on a Thursday night and I decided I was bored, so I went. This is too much. This is not what I expected my 20s to be. I thought my 20s would be Carrie, Sex and the City, Samantha. Flipping boring. I'm abstaining until I can get a good storyline. I'm sorry. Listen.
Do y'all think healthy relationships get boring? Like, you're in a good relationship with a guy and you're enjoying your time, or a girl, it doesn't matter. Like, you enjoy who you're with, you're enjoying your time, and then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but the fact that the routine is so good, does it get like boring? Like, damn, we need like
okay,
some type of discourse.
So,
like, I need to get your relationship is healthy.
Okay,
so please vary.
Okay, so yeah, I think this really is a question for me. So yes, I do have a healthy relationship, but me personally as a person, I don't know if it's a Gemini thing. I don't know if it's me, but like consistency does not work for me. Like, I'm very sporadic. Like, 1 minute I could do this, and next minute I need to do that. Like, a schedule does not work for me, so I can't get bored. If you cannot fulfill like that excitement in my life, I will get bored. I love my healthy relationship, but it's like, if we do the same schedule, I will get bored. Like, that's how I be. Y'all see when I do it with hair, I be like, what am I about? I don't want to do no hair. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm going to go into my other hobby. But it's like...
Conversation. I don't even like the question personally. But to get into it, think about this, though. Think about this. You got boring days at your job. So you tell me at your job when it's boring, do you tell your job, you tell your boss, hey, it was boring today? I need you to make sure you put more work on my plate. I need you to be more consistent, more communication, more dialogue. Do you do that at your work? Do you tell your boss that? Or else I'm going to leave. And your boss will probably look at you and tell you, go, right? Why would you go in a relationship? Now have a dialogue that we've been doing things consistently and it's becoming very normal. Let's spice it up. That's why solution-based would be a 30-day check-in. I always said it's at my events where you talk about the physical, mental, and spiritual, the hardships and the battles. So y'all can align your goals. So y'all, and then during the week, maybe 2 weeks, y'all have your check-in. It's like, hey, we good, we aligning. And then so forth and so forth. So that way you guys understand the temperature relationship. If it is getting boring, then that allow you to say, okay, let's do things to spike it up. But for a woman to say, I'm damn near leave a person, if you don't make my life exciting, you need to make yourself exciting. It's so many activities, so many things you do. And as brothers, we can be a little bit more creative. Google's out there, don't get me wrong. But the question is idiotic, but in relationship, it's going to be consistency where it's going to be some boring times. We should fight through those and have the dialogue and have the conversation. April 17th. See you guys there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like, I think a lot of people need to actually learn how to fight through those dull moments because, you know, you got to think about it from this standpoint, right? You know, a lot of times, even like, say, even the Bible, right? You read these stories, these accounts, and you flip through the pages and not realizing that, you know, from one page to the other or one chapter to the other, so many years could have passed. You just assuming that, you know, it was just jam packed every single day with action or some type of drama, and that was not the case. Like, think about Moses, right? Leaving Egypt. Yeah, I'm sure that probably was a high moment in his life. Not that he wanted that, but having to flee Egypt, you know, in his 40s, I'm sure that was so, you know, adrenaline was rushing at that time. But do you know, from that point to the point where, you know, he encountered the Most High in the burning bush, he was 80 years old. 40 years passed, y'all. Think about that. Moses didn't even start his true mission until he was 80 years old. So think about all that grind when he was with Jethro, just farming, tending to sheep for 40 years. You don't think this guy was probably thinking to him? So some of us are not even 40 years old. He spent a whole lifetime just working, grinding it out before he even found his purpose. But people, you see these women today, again, because of social media, where all they looking at is they doom scrolling all day because everything is a highlight reel. And they think that their relationship has got to be a high every single day. Every single day? Is that realistic? And then we're wondering why you have people like we saw that first woman in a relationship for about 20 something years. There's no connection. What the hell does that even mean? No connection. No connection? The shoe doesn't fit. And they'll come up with all these elaborate, you know, analogies, phrases to make it sound sweet. But I think I just saw it. People have become dopamine junkies. Thank you for saying that. Danny, thank you for saying that. Yep, that's what it is. That's why addictions are so huge, whether it be through drugs, sex, you name it. They're dopamine junkies. This thing is so sad. So now when you start seeing, like, you know, men are watching this stuff, hearing how, you know, relationships are dissolving for the stupidest reasons, now you're probably seeing why, you know, men are starting to be like, you know, I won't even approach women anymore. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Watch this video, y'all.
Black men will look from across the room all damn day.
Won't say nothing.
Won't say nothing. And I went to one of my friends, I don't know if you know Jack Daniels, not the liquor.
I used to know Jack Daniels in college.
But
I knew him better than I should have.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine of almost 20 years. He has a organization here called Good Man's Club. So he invited me to one of the events. So I went. So he was like, okay, friend, because everybody's trying to play matchmaker with me now that I've told them that I got my hormones under control and I'm ready to dive in. Yeah. So he's trying to play matchmaker. But
you had that shot again 8 times, you ready to dive in?
You know what? Dad joke.
It was
so there was a guy there that he was on me all night. So he walked me to my car and Jack over in the corner like, yes, yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one. He walks me to my car and we get to talking. And then I leave. Jack calls, like, how did it go? I said, what, who? He said, the guy, because he was talking about you to me all night. I said, he walked me to my car. He said, so y'all didn't exchange numbers? I said, he didn't ask. So Jack went back in, because Jack called me right from the event. He went back in and asked the guy, why you didn't ask her for your number? He said, well, I didn't want to press her the first time that I saw her. So the next time, there is no next time. So I find that the brothers will look all day.
With you.
They will look
pressure on her.
And that's, I love you said that. If a man doesn't apply pressure.
Hey, hold on one second. Let me talk to them. I'll be right back. Bruh, you heard what she just said, didn't you? Huh? You heard what she just said. I'm so tired of you being passive because that other relationship done talk that dog up out of you.
Yeah.
Huh? You got to get over there and you, listen, start practicing in the grocery store. I'm talking about just go up to somebody and say, baby, you beautiful. Like, I ain't seen a beauty like this in a few years. What's your name? My name is... Like, you got to get out there and do what you have to do. See, young men ain't got as much trauma as you, so they like, hey, we out here having a good time. But fellas, you done got talked out of your bite. And women are looking for a man who's actually going to initiate the conversation. And social media done got you fooled, big dog. Like, getting on somebody commenting and having big balls on that is so much different than walking to somebody and looking them right in the eye and tell them exactly what you think of them and what you need and what you want from them. So I want you just to do this. Listen, you heard the woman. She high end, beautiful woman. She say them young boys coming over there with that bite. So get your bite right. Now back to my regularly scheduled program. April.
Yes, because I do like older men. I typically like a more mature man. But a lot of
They
them,
ain't biting.
they look. They will literally look, and they're always very respectful and all of that. But I like a man that applies pressure.
Pressure. And you know, I'm gonna land the plane on this, but what's your thoughts, your honest thoughts on this? Because you see, I'm torn. Because to one extent, I do believe that men may have lost a bit of their confidence, that men have become keyboard, ninjas, keyboard warriors, and they could say they have a big game, right? They could spit game all day so long as it's virtual, but in person they don't got that riz, right? Okay, fine. I can hear what they're saying to one extent. But to the other extent, how many dudes have probably played this game called dating? Have played this game where they, approaching women over and over. And just like we saw earlier in this video, it's like you with this woman for 10, 20 something years. It doesn't work. This girl's wasting your time. This next girl's wasting your time. And this keeps happening over and over. Can you not see it from the other way too, where it's like some of these dudes, I don't think it's a matter of losing their bite as if they scared. That's how they probably trying to present it, that these men are scared. I think a lot of guys are just fed up. I think a lot of guys are just looking at it like, look, man, I don't even see that I'm gonna get a return on my investment, so I'm just opting out. Because that's what I'm seeing a lot lately. I don't hear men are scared. Another thing too, what you'll find out is that a lot of these, a lot of these girls, like they just want validation. Like she's saying that the guy was staring at, black guys stare them down across the room and don't say nothing. But I mean, a lot of these girls will stare you down, and if you do have the courage to actually speak to them, oh no, I got a man. Oh nah, it's crazy. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. I see Little Lake Lodge say testimony of the 12 patriarchs tell you to tend to your fields and flocks until Yah sends your wife. Jacob was over 70 before he married his woman. Hey, now I want to ask you something, Little Lake Lodge. Do you believe that when he sends you a wife, do you feel like a man shouldn't be proactive? Because then what do you think of the verse that says, when a good man finds a wife? I'm just curious, what's your thoughts? And in the process of a man finding his wife, if he's proactive, is that also, like, can two things be right at the same time? Because I don't think, if a man just totally secludes himself, I'm not too sure the Most High is going to send a woman his way. So I think maybe we could marry the two ideas together. But I'm just thinking about it, like, I just find it interesting, right? Because just again, that woman is not necessarily my type, but I don't think she's a ugly woman, right? I could probably see a lot of guys that would probably, approach a woman like that. So then my question is just like, these dudes that's not approaching you, to paint it as if it's only because they too fearful. Like, I always find it crazy how these women try to disparage these men. And I did a video with my brother yesterday where it was the same thing. This girl got stood up on this date, right? And the way they try to paint it is like the guy, he was shaking, he was nervous, he was on a different tax. We were on two different tax brackets. And so like painting this picture like she's just better than this guy, and that guy is not sufficient. It's like this painting this narrative that the men are somehow deficient. If it's not deficient in their finances, they're deficient educationally, they're deficient in their masculinity. It's always an attack on these men. And when is it going to be like, yo, maybe feminism did y'all dirty? Some of y'all big sisters really done failed y'all women because y'all listen to the advice from your quote unquote big sister spewing all this bad advice and you ran with it. You got dudes that pander to you like Steve Harvey, like Derek Jackson. They pandered to all your feelings and emotion. And then the thing that's so crazy is that now we in a time where the men have opted out and now there's this sort of a fear. And now you hear all this regret like we just showed pretty much this entire live. Where all these women, oh man, I regret leaving this man. If you find a good man, you better know how to keep him or someone else. Man, stop. It's too late. It's too late. Lil Ligla says, true, I was applying that verse to the common dating methods people are practicing. Yep. This is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, and you know, for the fellas, you know, I know a lot of y'all are married. When I do these videos, you know, I'm married. Honestly, it's like a constant reminder every day how grateful I am because the dating market is trash. The dating market is trash, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, the dating market is trash, and I think it's on both sides, right? I don't think the men have, you know, get a pass. Some of the men are deficient in certain ways, but man, today we dealing with a situation where like I can't even imagine investing in anything. I mean, like, think about this, y'all. I'm gonna land the plane on this. You work at a job, and they tell you that you can receive your pension at year 25, and you're at year maybe 23, 24, and they lay you off, and now you can't receive your pension. What's gonna go through your mind? Just think. Nah, be honest. Be honest with me. After putting all that time, mind you, and let's add this too. The job wasn't exciting. There wasn't a connection to this job. You just did it out of obligation. You probably just had to provide for your family. You just like F it. You know what I'm saying? You probably even had other things that you wanted to pursue. You probably had to do it on your part-time, or maybe you had to just forego it altogether. But either way, that job, it wasn't your dream job. You did it out of obligation, out of duty, out of responsibility. And year 23, 24, you get laid off and you can't get your pension. How would y'all feel? Because when I hear these stories of all these relationships that lasted, damn, 10, 20, 30 years, now you're going to get a divorce. And then to go back to the dating market and thinking that you're going to be more successful in your later years, especially for women. After hitting the wall, you think that you're going to find more success in your later years? Danny, it is not easy to find a good wife. And the amount of times the Bible mentions how a man has to protect himself from a bad woman is staggering. So what does that say? We have to just be careful. Jacob was interested in Rachel, but he preserved himself until Yah sent him a wife. Man. Anyway, y'all, if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that YouTube stuff. Also, please, y'all, if you ever see the hype feature, the hype icon on the videos, please hit that button as well, because it does help promote the video to a larger audience. I thank you so much for all of you who chimed in today. It was a pleasure as always, y'all. With that being said, y'all, Nick over and out. The message sent. Yeshua is